Time for the big boys to shine here on V3 Fights. It's a heavyweight division battle between this young man, Pete Yellowhammer Pirtle, and Houston Pain Train Lantrip. We got Yellowhammer and Pain Train going at it. And when I say young, he's actually 29 years of age, Pete Pirtle is, out of Huntsville, Alabama, and American Jiu-Jitsu, but only 1-0 as far as his amateur fight. So numerically, age-wise, is a little bit up there, Rick, but this guy has strong, solid cardio. He's a former college football player at Tennessee State, trying to make a name for himself in mixed martial arts.
Man, this guy is big and tough. He's an athlete. He played football for college. He played semi-pro. He's real strong, and we know he's got KO power. 100% of his fights have ended with a knockout.
I mentioned only the one fight. His only fight he took with 2 weeks' notice against a veteran of 17 fights, and he won by first round TKO. That is quite the debut. He trains under Jason Carley at American Jiu-Jitsu, which is more of a Japanese style, I'm told, than the Brazilian with American Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, I think, you know what, I couldn't even tell you the difference between the two right now.
Probably a lot of things that are similar, but a little, just a little bit different. And here he is, Pete Yellowhammer Pirtle. Now let's get set to meet his opponent as Mr. DJ switches up the music and the house lights dim. They call him Pain Train, Houston Pain Train Lantrip, out of Memphis, Tennessee, and fighting for Memphis BJJ, coached by Dave Ferguson, Jason McDonald, and others at Memphis BJJ. Here's another former football player. He played at Louisiana Tech. He put his MMA career on hold. It was a 4-year layoff, but he is ready to get going again.
I know Houston Lantrip, and this kid is tough. He can bring some power when he throws. He tipped the scales about 264, 63 pounds. Had to cut down to make heavyweight. 4-year starter at Louisiana Tech at offensive lineman, so he's used to pushing guys around.
He's trained with Jeremiah Trundle, former V3 heavyweight champion, and Jacob No, and he feels he's ready to make a run at the heavyweight title currently held by Jason Ostrowski. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, Pirtle and Lantrip. Again, Pirtle, he hails from Huntsville, Alabama, 29 years of age, weighed in at 240. He's 6'3", has a record of 1-0, and he's an American Jiu-Jitsu fighter. Meanwhile, Houston Pain Train Lantrip, 23 years, the 6 years the junior of his opponent, 250, 6'3". He's a Muay Thai fighter and comes in a perfect 4-0. Yellowhammer, Pain Train, something's got to give. Here's Michael Kelly.
V3 Legion, this bout is brought to you by Elite Multimedia, and it's set for 3 3-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, the third man in the cage, will be Matt Thomas. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he wears the white trunks with the black trim. At 6 feet 3 inches, he weighed in at 240 pounds. A boxer with a perfect MMA record of 1 win and no losses. Representing American Jiu-Jitsu and fighting out of Huntsville, Alabama, Pete Yellowhammer Pirtle. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. He wears the gray trunks with the red trim. At 6 feet 3 inches, he weighed in at 250 pounds. A Muay Thai fighter with also a perfect MMA record of 4 wins and no losses. Representing Memphis BJJ and fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee, Houston Pain Train Lantrip.
Thank you very much, Michael Kelly. The third huge guy in the
Fighters
cage
to the middle
is Matt Thomas.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the back. If you get a submission, don't let go until I make you let go. Any questions from the blue corner? Any from the red? Tap them up, go to your corners.
Rick, the big question, will the cage hold up?
Let's hope they put it together well.
3 rounds scheduled for 3 minutes apiece. Pete Pirtle in the yellow trunks and Houston Lantrip in the gray. Round one, here we go.
Man, there is some serious power in that cage right now. Houston's had a 4-year layoff. That is ultimate cage rust, but he has got some great boxing skills. We'll see if Pete can get something in there.
Overhand right, wow. They almost knocked our monitor down. I was only half kidding when I said, will the cage hold up? And it did.
Greg, that was close.
Pirtle on top.
Woo, that was some power that hit that.
Lantrip was able to get his head out of the way. He got it out of harm's way, and then now he's leaning on top of Pirtle. You all right, Rick? You shaking up by that?
Yeah, wow, they came right at us, and I saw the TV coming over. I'll tell you what, Houston's got great jiu-jitsu. He's very comfortable on top or bottom. Look for him to be in a dominant position here in a few moments.
530 pounds went at the side of the cage, if my math is correct. Wow. So now it's the two big guys on the ground. There's a hammer strike that was off the mark by Lantrip. Trying to get full mount.
Like I said, he's going to be in a dominant position in a few moments.
Oh, Pirtle able to sneak out the side door.
I tell you, Pirtle's tough, but he's almost in a triangle. You don't see big guys going for triangles very
No,
much.
not often, but he's agile for as big as he is, and Lantrip has a great coach in Dave Ferguson and really a lot of good coaches over at Memphis BJJ. So they train all the disciplines, as you know.
Exactly. Houston looks very calm, and Pete looks calm on top. Who doesn't look calm on top, though?
Exactly. Pirtle trying to get those big arms free so he can try a little ground and pound, but boy, Lantrip's keeping him at bay. Just can't slip away to get any kind of leverage as we approach a minute to go here in the first round.
Houston just ties up those arms and pretty much puts Pete at a stalemate. He's stuck.
Exactly.
Pete's not working to get past Houston's guard right now. That's what he needs to be doing. He's stuck behind those big old tree trunks of a leg, and he really can't do much because Houston just kind of breaks him down, takes those arms out of play, and no action.
And we are only in round one, but these are the type of matches, if it continues like this, that are very tough to judge.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now,
armbar. Slipping right out of it.
25 seconds to go in the first round. That's Pirtle in the white trunks. Now trying a little ground and pound. He got a left in first and then a right.
Houston.
And now Lantrip almost gave up his back there.
He did. 10 seconds. Houston has got to last this out. He's good.
He's able to slip out of it.
Good
try by Pirtle.
It is in.
No, but the time runs out on Pirtle, and we are going to a second round. You're watching V3 Fights.
Your winner and new V3 Bantamweight champion.
My gosh, boy, he is unleashing. We may be watching the best.
This guy is super tough. You are not getting out of that. It is over.
Sammy Lewis!
For the Bantamweight Championship in V3 Fights. What a display of MMA. Welcome back, round two, here we go. Pete Pirtle in the white trunks, Houston Lantrip in the gray. Heavyweight division battle. And Pirtle trying to get a takedown here, and he does! A one-arm slam. That was a football tackle, basically.
Oh, wow. Houston landed just straight up on his face. I thought we were going to see a little bit more stand-up action, but we went right back to the ground.
Let me ask you about the end of that first round and the attempt there by Pirtle, but time ran out on him.
You know, he had a great position on Houston and just got behind him, and yeah, Houston was saved by the bell.
So now Pirtle back to work here in round two. Lantrip on his stomach, basically, with his head against the knee of Pirtle, who's trying a little ground and pound here. What's Pirtle trying to do? What position? Armbar?
Man, he's got that shoulder straight up. It's kind of a Kimura.
Kimura, wow.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Houston rolled right out of it. Great move by Houston.
That
now
was
a little
amazing.
Scramble. Nice transition by Houston Lantrip.
Rick, that was amazing. I mean, a big guy. I told you he's elusive. He's got the agility for as big as he is. And you got to be, I guess, when you're an offensive lineman. I don't know if he was a tackle or a guard, just a pulling guard. But you got to get out there and lead the blocks for those running backs. Oh, he missed with a wild right there, and they're both back on their feet. Good knee by Pirtle. Really good action for heavyweights.
Oh, this is great action. You know, both of them are just going 100% right now. These big guys don't have much energy, but they're showing great cardio.
Yeah, sometimes you get a couple of the big guys, and they're trying to slug it out, and they just die. Oh, nice right by Pirtle. He's looking for a big takedown here.
Oh, he ran out of real estate.
He did. He absolutely did. He slipped a bit.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Houston looks a little tired right now. Oh, those punches have nothing on
Oh,
him.
and there was a counter waiting, and Pirtle didn't counter. I mean, he had his arms down after he missed on the right-left, and Pirtle could have attacked, and he did not. Minutes to go.
Houston is as tired as can be. You could tell when a fighter steps forward and then they lock their leg.
Right.
Instead of having spring in their step.
Well, he tried the big leg kick. Again, not a lot of pop on it. Little cut on the side of the right eye of Pirtle. Overhand right missed by Lantrip. He's trying, and timber. The two go down.
Wow, that was a lot of weight hitting the ground.
So again, Lantrip giving up his back, kind of in a turtle shell here.
I'm not sure if this is Houston's lack of cardio or just too much first round action, but Pete doesn't look as tired as he should be from all that action in the first round.
Well, they get stood up. I don't know if it was Lantrip or not.
Oh,
big
Lantrip
punch
is hurt.
right in front of us. 15 seconds to go in the round.
Lantrip still looks pretty composed after getting rocked with that right.
Pirtle trying for a little ground and pound. Under 10 seconds to go in the round. Lantrip's trying to hold him at bay.
We're going to go to the third round, but that was a great display of power.
Good action to end the first, good action to end the second. That was a real solid round. We'll come back for the third. You're watching V3 Fights.
Your winner and new V3 Bantamweight champion.
My gosh, boy, he is unleashing. We may be watching the best.
This guy is super tough. You are not getting out of that.
It is over. Sammy Lewis.
For the Bantamweight Championship in V3 Fights. What a display of MMA. The heavyweights putting on a show here on V3 Fights. Round 3, here we go. Final round between Pete Pirtle in the white and Houston Lantrip in the gray. Wild left off the mark by Lantrip.
Houston is definitely the bigger man in this fight, but Pete is coming in and he is giving it to him.
Well, Lantrip's the more tired man, and I think it goes back to what you said. The first round may have done him in.
That rear naked choke right at the end took a lot out of Houston. It didn't look like it, but when your blood is being cut off, it does. Big combos.
Yeah, nice combination by Pirtle. Lantrip's got his guard down. Uppercut by Pirtle. There's the knee. Then he'll back away. Going in, scoring again. If it goes to the cards, you got to be the aggressive fighter, doing most of the work, and that's what Pete Pirtle's been doing.
You know, Houston has had a 4-year layoff.
Oh,
so
he's dead. He is dead out of.
Pete's
There's a
about to
big
lay it on him.
combination. Pirtle's got to go in right now for the kill. There's the knee. There's another right and an uppercut.
Pete's coming in with everything.
Now, if Lantrip can hang in there for a little bit and Pirtle runs out of gas, we'll see if Lantrip can find that energy.
Well, yeah, Pete's got to be careful not to punch himself up.
Exactly.
He looks like he still has a lot of energy.
It can quickly evaporate when you're a heavyweight, when you're lugging around 265. Right into the side of the cage in front of us. Seems like a lot of action tonight right in front of us. Lantrip down to one knee. Holding on, trying to get a takedown. Now Pirtle with 1:20 to go in the fight.
Great action for a heavyweight fight. If both fighters had a little bit more cardio, we would see a crazy fight right now. Oh!
Big
Big
knee and a smart move by Pirtle. He got up. He knows Lantrip is plumb tuckered out.
It's
and
over.
that's it. That's it. Matt Thomas said, I have a guy who's not fighting back. I'm going to stop it now before a serious injury. And look at Pirtle. Pirtle just dives to the ground in exhaustion himself, but he gets the W. What about Pete Pirtle's performance?
Man, Pete Pirtle, absolutely sensational on his fighting ability and his You know, he took a lot of punishment as well. He took a big shot from Houston and kept up. Great job by Pete Pirtle. Had him in the corner, saw an opportunity, got in a good position and delivered a knee to the body that just put Houston out.
Well, hopefully Lantrip can get up, and they're finally going to help him up to his feet. We'll keep it right here. We're going to get the time. But Pete Pirtle's going to get the win to improve to 2-0, and the first defeat for Lantrip as he's going to fall to 4-1. Michael Kelly has the time, and then we'll get a few words from our winner with Rick McCracken. Let's go inside the cage to Michael Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in the V3 cage at Minglewood Hall, we present the official time of 1 minute 58 seconds into round number 3. Referee Matt Thomas calls a halt to the bout due to strikes, declaring your winner by TKO victory and staying undefeated, Pete Yellowhammer Pirtle.
The pride of Huntsville, Alabama, and American Jiu-Jitsu. Solid performance by Pete Yellowhammer Pirtle. He's our winner. And now we'll strike a pose and give a few words to our own Rick McCracken.
Pete Pirtle, man, that was a great show of skill and boxing, man. You did everything in here, man. You took some shots, you delivered them. How you feel right now? You look tired.
Oh, I'm not tired. That's a big guy. When you grab somebody 263, there's like hugging around there in front of you and all of that. But I want to thank God, thank V3 for giving me this fight. And I thank my coach, Jason Carter, and my old team, AJJ, baby.
263, he cut down to that, so you know he had to be close to 300 today.
Right, man. I'm coming in at 229. Like I said, grab me 263 if you don't lift weights. But thank God I do lift weights, train hard. That's a big guy, and just grabbing somebody like that, man, take the life up out of you.
Exactly, man. Hey, you set him up with some good punches. You came around him, and you delivered that knee to the body, ended it. Great job. Thanks for fighting for us. What's next?
You already know that was the #1 contender fight, so I plan to be back here doing the same thing. Like I said, I want to thank V3, man, giving me the opportunity to come here and showcase. This is only my second fight, but I've been doing this athletic stuff for all my life, so I just want to keep it selling, keep God first in my life, and just keep going to the top, baby.
Well, Pete's going to take on Jason Ostrowski. Give it one more time up for your winner, Pete Pirtle.
Very impressive. Pete Pirtle, a winner tonight on V3 Fights. We'll take a break, come back with more great action from Minglewood Hall in Midtown Memphis, Tennessee. You're watching V3 Fights.